I hate to have a mess here, but it's been raining for the last 2 days, so I have to get in and get some bike work done before it gets too cold. Too hot, I mean. This is the throttle as it's on right now. And what's important about this throttle is that this clip that I cut down right here, this has the original mirror right here and the fitting for the brake. And this is going to stick out probably an extra inch from stock, but I can still grab the brake, and I think it's going to work pretty good. I may have to take this throttle mount, and since it will go underneath the cowling right here, it'll go underneath that cowling on one side, which will be on this other side right here. Damn it. I may have to make that a little bit bigger. Of course, an experiment. That's what I like doing. It's all experiments. So we're doing that. And then what I've done is I've taken this washer hose. This is a dishwasher hose. This is what I've been using the last 3 or 4 engines, when I think I should have been using the black hose that came with it, that came with the kit. And this black hose, the outside diameter is the same as the washer hose, but the inside diameter is smaller because the hose is thicker. And instead of using these bullshit plastic joints that I need to use, these T's, I've switched to 1/2 inch brass and steel. So what I'll do is one of them will go right there like that, with just enough rubber to hook onto there. Then the other hose will come down right to here, right to the bottom, right there. And then I'll have another one right here. You won't see any of this because it'll be underneath all the cowling. But there are a few little tricks that I have to do, because when I put this shock extender on here, that changes the geometry of the engine, where the engine goes up and down, up and down, up and down, and it also changes how that goes up and down, up and down. So I don't want to get the black hose too long or too short. Another thing that I did was on the new, or on my radiator, instead of using the plastic fittings like this right here, which are total bullshit, they fall apart, and it's really annoying to be going down the road 70 miles an hour and all of a sudden the cylinder head temperature goes up to 420 degrees because the water had all leaked out. It's a long walk home. So what I did is I got some of these brass fittings with a 1/2 inch brass or 1/2 inch steel connector, and that will go right on there. And then I have another one which will go on the other side right here. So I'm going to go back to the old school and see what I can do. I may just use this for racing from now on. I'm not sure. Just depends. I really like driving it and everything, but this little town's getting way too many cars in it. Not any mopeds, but cars. And hopefully, if gas goes to $5 or $6 or $7 a gallon, I hope more people will buy these. Here is the home-built Dio racing engine tip of the day. Now, I've had a number of these engines in 107, 114 cc, and they all have the same characteristics. When they get hot, your hose clamps are right here, and a gentleman in Europe told me, and I didn't know this, that they call these Jubilee clamps. That's kind of a neat name. But if you're using, this is the tip of the day, if you're using these hose clamps or Jubilee clamps, instead of using like one large one like this one or this one on your fittings, take two of these smaller ones and use them. Because if one comes loose, the other one won't. Also, each one of these will be easier to work with. And that's what I found. So what I do is I double hose clamp or Jubilee clamp all of my fittings because of the vibration and the enormous power this engine puts out. And I'm trying to make the bike as fast and reliable as I can. Let me tell you, it is a total bitch when you have a fluid leak and you have to go and tear apart all the hoses to put in more antifreeze and water, 50-50 mix, and then have to bleed the whole thing out and go through all that mess, and you've got antifreeze and water all over your parts. So it's just better to do it right the first time, because the radiator is a sealed system. And what I do is I go by everything on how the cylinder head temperature deal works. I know under load what the cylinder head should be, if it gets too hot or if it's not getting hot enough, which is never a problem. But I'm going to go back to the black hose and I'll put it all back together, and I should have my throttle, and I hope it all works. About this time I'm going, oh, it's never going to be back together. It's all in pieces, God. It's just never going to work again. Then I'll do a couple hours worth of work on it, and all of a sudden I'm going, oh, it just might work, might work. So the race deal continues.